You're listening to Just Hit Play with your hosts, Peter and Nick Cabral. If you're tired of your stagnant, streamed music feed, then strap yourselves in for an intergenerational sonic journey through Peter and Nick's favorite songs.
Welcome to episode 186 of Just Hit Play. I'm your host, Peter. With me is my co-host, Nick. Nick, we lost the World Series, but how are you feeling?
We did lose the World Series. Yeah, that's correct. That was a tough one. What a tough way to lose, having both games in the palm of your hand to close it out and not being able to get it done. That was tough.
Congratulations to the Dodgers. They won. But the Blue Jays were definitely the better team. They outplayed them in every single category except for who won the most games.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Dodgers won batting 202 in the series.
Yeah, and some of the superstars were batting in the hundreds. Like Mookie Betts, I think, was batting like 150 or 160, and
that guy was a ghost on offense. Defensively, sure, he was fine, but he was a ghost on offense.
I think he had one big hit in the whole series. That was about it. And it was a gut punch, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely a very somber weekend in the city.
Yeah.
Very, very somber. I had actually a coworker who was at the game 7, and she described walking out of the stadium like just one of the most surreal experiences of her life, because it was just collective depression amongst thousands of people in a crowd. Yeah.
And I've heard some people say that they should give them a parade. No, we would look so amateur if they did that. No, there can't be a parade. You can only have a parade if you win. That's it. And they had a really good season. I think, Bieber just said he's coming back next year for another year. So I think they have a good shot. Anything can happen. Obviously, it's baseball. Baseball's a weird sport, but let's see how we go next year.
Exactly. Let's see how we go. Yeah. But, other than that, I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah. How's work going? Everything good? Busy?
Yeah, everything good. Yeah, nice and busy, but everything's been going pretty well. And I have a double movie review before we get into some music quickly.
All right, do it.
I saw Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's adaptation, which was fantastic. Very good. Really enjoyed it. And I also saw Begonia today, Yorgos Lanthimos' new work with Emma Stone.
How was that?
Fantastic as well. Yeah, both really good movies. Okay. I definitely recommend them.
Now, we're going to go see Frankenstein, but I think we're going to wait till it comes out on Netflix. I think it comes out Friday on Netflix. So I think that we're waiting for that. I did get, I photographed an event. I do an event every year for a soccer club, the Brisbane Manchester United Supporters Club, and I photograph their soccer tournament every year. And this year they gave me a gift of free, like gold class tickets, which I think are like VIP tickets. And so I do have free tickets to go see a movie in gold class. I just haven't had the chance to go yet because I've been so busy. But hopefully right before Christmas we can go see a movie.
Yeah, it's a great time of year to have free tickets. There's a lot of fantastic movies that come out this time of year always. So yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, I've set up. I sort of have a little theater in my house, and I've set up like a 5.1 surround sound sort of thing. I call it my soundscape because I'm an asshole. And Angie and I were having dinner the other day, and she freaked out. She goes, "What the hell's that noise?" We were watching The Witcher, and there was like a monster in The Witcher, and she got totally freaked out by the noise. I was like, "Oh, that's my soundscape."
The soundscape. It strikes again.
It did. So yeah, the little creepy noises were coming in from like one speaker head off to the side, and she thought there was something in the house or something. I don't know, but my soundscape worked.
How is The Witcher? I kind of fell off that show after season 1. Does it get any better?
No, but I'm pretty invested in it. They got rid of Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
And one of the Hemsworth brothers is now the main character. And he doesn't have a lot to do. Like, he fights a lot in it, but there's no emoting.
Right. Geralt's a pretty stoic character. As stoic as you can really get.
Yeah, it's one tone. I think the problem I have most with The Witcher is there's one character that sings a lot. Like he's the bard in the event.
Dandelion, right?
Yeah, and there's too much singing. Right. Other than that, it's okay. I think Geralt is such an easy character to replace because all you need is a big hulking guy who doesn't emote, and that's him.
Right, someone that's really good at grunting and like furrowing his brow.
Yeah, so like in that sense, it's easy, but what the brosphere has done on the internet is because there's a lot of female-driven characters in it that really rub people the wrong way, and the brosphere is up in arms because of some strong female characters and whatever, and you can decide whatever you want with that. I don't have any problem with it, but yeah, there's a lot of childish men out there that have a problem with that.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
that's unfortunately pretty common nowadays. So
yeah.
I can't say I'm too surprised.
Again, if you left it after season 1, I would say there's no point going back into it. The story is quite confusing, and you have to try to remember what the motivations are for characters, and it's a little sloppy. But again, I've watched every episode, so I just watch it because I have watched every episode.
Sounds like I'll just stick to playing the games then.
Yeah.
I've played all the games, so
Right.
I'll stick to that.
I think there are some books. I don't know if it started off as a game or started off as a book, but I think there are books involved as well. So
Books originally, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I would say stick to that medium, and the other medium is fine. You don't have to get into it.
Okay. Well, aside from movies and TV and sports, shall we get into some music?
Yes, and you are going first, so tell us about your artist.
Okay, this week I got you to listen to the song Drinking Age by Cameron Winter. Now, the not last episode, but the one before, we talked about Geese, my new favorite band that I've been calling them. And Cameron Winter is, of course, the lead singer of Geese. So this is Drinking Age from his debut solo album, Heavy Metal. Darren, just hit play on Drinking Age.
I don't know if ever gonna stop. Reminding myself.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you loved the Geese song that we did a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
What did you think of Cameron Winter as a soloist?
Yeah, same thing. I really love this song. His voice has such a nice hypnotic feel to it. It's sort of menacing a little bit. It's not I don't feel great like I'm listening to like this beautiful performance. It's very deep and emotive. So I really think he's got a really lovely hypnotic sound to his voice. That I really loved.
And what did you think of the very sparse instrumental that's going on throughout the song?
Again,
but I think it swells at very poignant moments of the song.
It does, and we can talk about. You got me to watch two different versions. I watched the video or the recording, the original recording, then we watched also the live version on Jimmy Kimmel. So I'll talk about both separately, because I took things away from each separately. I think the piano, it's not whimsical, it's not pretty, it's really menacing, like it's very one-notey, which I really loved as well, and I really love that kind of music, and it's really cinematic. I think it's a type of song that would work really well in a montage, or if a character is having a mental breakdown in a movie.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
it's
so
very
I love
sad. I find the piano to be extremely sad, very, very just like forlorn, and like it's got so much yearning to it. Not just the instrumental, but his voice and his singing performance on this song. So much yearning, and he's just crying out for something to make sense of what he's singing about, which in itself is very abstract. So yeah, a lot to love on this song, and I'm glad you feel the same way I do about it.
Yeah, even the music video, the one, not the live Jimmy Kimmel one, the music video is a very lonely video. It sort of has a really tight shot of him, and the camera slowly pans back throughout the song to reveal there's like just one guy, like a homeless guy, just having a cigarette with like a hairy back, and it just sort of pans out to just reveal one member in the audience. I guess he's playing in like New York City. Well, that's what it felt to me. It was like a big sort of New York City type of park.
Yeah.
And even that video itself was very odd and very beautiful at the same time. So yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, there's some funny comments in the YouTube video of that, under the YouTube video, where people are saying the homeless man's got to be like a plant, because it was too perfect of a guy for him to just be like randomly there. Like he just fits so perfectly. Like just his whole vibe fits the video, and I agree. It's very serendipitous that they got that guy to be in the video.
Absolutely, and it was a really I love single shot videos. I really do love that. Some of my favorite videos are single shot videos. So I do really admire anytime someone can do that, because they probably did that 2 or 3 times, and to get it to that point where it was recorded so lovely, it's really good.
Yeah, yeah. I almost feel like I'm running out of superlatives to throw on this guy, Cameron
Right.
Winter. Like in the last month or so that I've uh, dove into, obviously his work with Geese and now also his solo work. Uh, yeah, it feels like I just keep thinking of new ways to call him a prodigy
Mm,
because that's what I think he is. I really, really, truly do. And this song, I think, is probably the one that really, for me, showcases his range and his skill,
sure.
because on Geese, he shows he can definitely carry and be a frontman for a rock band, albeit a pretty alternative experimental rock band at times. But on this song, we see him really tap into some far-reaching territory. So, did you expect that he would be able to come up with this sort of song after hearing a little bit of his work
Yeah,
before?
I don't think it's. I guess from the Geese song to this one, I don't think it's a big departure. I think this is right down the alley. I think it's a more intimate song than the Geese one. But I think it's perfectly suited for his voice. I think the droning aspect of his voice and the piano work is he's done really well writing music to his vocal range. I think that's really important when you're an
Yes,
artist. Know what you can emote and write to that spectrum. So I think he did a really good
100%.
job with that.
And I think his range is pretty impressive. Like I think he actually has a pretty strong degree of versatility. Like on this song, he goes pretty
Mm,
deep, but he's also capable of like some falsettos that draw
right.
from critics like Tom York comparisons. Like
Yeah.
he has that in his bag too. Or you can go into like that really really deep like rumbly style as well.
Yeah.
It's quite something.
Well, if you're able to emote with your voice and do it really, really well when you can show emotion and get people to hear emotion with your voice, it's lovely when you pair that with music that can do similar things, that can accompany what your strength is and really add some lovely texture to it. Because that's what we're doing. We're just adding a little bit of color, we're adding texture. I think it perfectly, just mirrors each other, and it's really done well.
It's funny that you use the word emotive because that is the exact words Nick Cave used to describe his voice. Nick Cave, noted to be a huge fan of Cameron Winter and
Mm.
Geese, he said he thinks Cameron Winter's voice is, quote, glorious and emotive. So look at that. You have the same opinion as one of your favorites.
Well, let's go even further than that. There's another connection there, because let's talk about the Jimmy Kimmel performance that you got me to watch too. Uh,
Yeah, let's
last
talk about it.
last year I saw Nick Cave perform in just him on piano with a bass player. The bass player was Mr. Greenwood from Radiohead was the bass player, and it really reminded me of this performance by Cameron Winter. It was just during the performance there was no one clapped, everyone was just mesmerized. They were just sort of just witnessing greatness. And you can see the Jimmy Kimmel performance too. There was like the audience was still and dead quiet. They didn't clap until the end of the performance. So they were there's a lot of similarities between Nick Cave and Cameron Winter. Now I don't know if Cameron Winter will become a Nick Cave, because Nick Cave is sort of a legend. I don't know if he's
Of
got
course.
that in him, but this is a good start.
It's a very good start. Like this guy's off to a hell of a start. His album Heavy Metal came out last December, so it's not quite a year old yet. But yeah, I think he's got the juice. He's
Mm,
got it in him. It's just how far will he want to go, and how far will he take it?
yeah,
Because the kind of comparisons that he's inviting right now, and music reviewing and analysis is inherently a business of comparison. So I think
sure.
he draws some very, very strong comparisons, and there's no way to talk about him without talking about the legends that have influenced him and that he's really taking after.
Yeah, and the other thing I really loved about the Kimmel performance too is in the original version, he adds like an effect to his piano where he's playing a keyboard, and he can add like a really nice effect to it where it sort of distorts a little bit, and it's a really beautiful effect. And during the Kimmel performance, he's just playing a standard piano, And to add a little bit more texture, so if we can use that word again, there was a horn element. So there was four horn players, two people playing French horn. I think the other two were playing trumpets, I believe, if I remember correctly. So I thought the horn aspect of it added so much to the song too.
Yeah, so much. And that was always my favorite part of the song, is when he adds that, like, I don't even know what it is, but yeah, that piano effect. At some very key moments towards the second half of the song, he sprinkles that in, and it's always been my favorite part. So to have it with the horns was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to rip that performance as an MP3 and put it on my phone, because I really, really enjoy what the horns added to it.
Now, let me say this. When I was in grade 9, I don't know, you can attest this because you went through high school a lot, relatively, not that long ago compared to me, because I graduated in 1991. I needed one art credit to graduate high school, and I took music class in grade 9, and the teacher gave me the French horn to play. And the French horn is really a hard instrument to play, and I could not play the French horn. I struggled with the French horn. And he only passed me because I couldn't play tune. Like, I couldn't play in tune, but I knew all the fingering of it.
Nice.
Because that's good enough. This is how bad I was at the French horn. We had to do a performance in front of the school, and all my classmates who were in my class came up and they're like, "You're not going to play, right?" I was like, "Oh no, I'm just going to pretend." And they're like, "Oh, okay."
They didn't want you to.
No. They made sure that they double checked that I wasn't going to actually make a sound. I was like, no. I'm just going to be pretending with the finger movements. And they're like, yeah, that's cool. Just do that. So that's how bad I was at the French horn. So anytime I hear the French horn being played well, I get a kick out of that, because it's a lovely sounding instrument.
And it must be nice because you know how hard it is to actually do what they're doing. So you appreciate it even more.
Yeah. I don't know why he gave me the French horn. I wanted to play the drums, but someone else, I can't remember who else got the drums, but he gave me the French horn. And yeah, that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah. So we'll close off this talk about Cameron Winter. I think we've kind of said all that needs to be said. We're both obviously big fans of his by now, and I just can't wait to see what's next for him, whether it's another Geese album or if he does another solo album in between. I just can't wait to see what's next. And I'll close it off. I'll say I just found it interesting, the influences section on his Wikipedia page. He himself said Leonard Cohen and Bob Dylan are his two biggest influences on his solo material. You hear both of those?
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, especially the Leonard Cohen, I think I hear that, especially in his singing.
Yeah.
And then
he's a better singer than Leonard Cohen, but I can see the poetry of that, yeah.
And critics have collated what they think his voice sounds like, and drawn comparisons. So we have a list here of Tom Waits, Stephen Malkmus, Jeff Mangum, the lead singer of Neutral Milk Hotel.
Yeah, I can see
Bill
that.
Callahan, who I don't know who Bill Callahan is.
No, I don't know that name.
That's a new name to me. Mm-hmm. And lastly, Lou Reed.
Yeah, a lot of Lou Reed.
And then also Tom York and Julian Casablancas and the guy from Echo and the Bunnymen.
Yeah, I could see all those. I could see all those influences. Like, that's a lot of, and don't forget Nick Cave as well, and Tom Waits. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of legends to be associated with. So hope it doesn't swamp him. Hope it's not too much where it crushes him, but hopefully not, and it can continue.
Yeah. And you always hope with people that get success like this early on with like first solo album, you always hope it doesn't go to their head and they're able to really stay grounded and stay hungry, right? So
right. Yeah. Well, the second album, it's always that difficult album. It's always the hardest one to birth, and so let's see if it's a failure, or if we can go right back into it.
Oh, I forgot one more name. He actually did a Bruce Springsteen cover for an Xbox commercial. Last month, he covered "Dancing in the Dark" by Bruce Springsteen for Xbox.
Yeah, that's a movie. I really want to see the Bruce Springsteen bio. That's a movie I really want to see too.
As do I, because I love Jeremy Allen White. I'm a big fan of his. So yeah, I actually do really want to see that Springsteen movie as well.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so Cameron Winter aside, let's get into your song, your band, which I don't think I can pronounce. So do you want to give it a go?
So I'm getting you to listen to some pagan rock and roll. Let's rephrase that. I'm getting you to listen to some modern pagan music. And the band I'm getting you to listen to is Heilung. I think I'm saying that right.
Okay.
And the song is Krigsgaldr. Now, there are no singles, obviously, from this band.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, so I got you to listen to a song that I liked. So I don't even know if this is a popular song of theirs. I don't know if it's their obviously there is no big hit with Heilung, but I got you to listen to a song that I personally love. So Darren, just hit play on Krigsgaldr. All right. I guess I have to ask the question: had you heard this song before?
Oh God, no.
Okay, so
not at all.
So it's, as I said, it's totally experimental. Like I'm going down an experimental route because next week we're going somewhere different. So what did you think of Heilung?
Well, it's hard. It's difficult, right? It's hard to evaluate.
Yes.
Something like this because I have no reference point at all.
At all.
Like I've never heard anything similar. The closest I've ever come to this is like Sugar Rose, right? The Icelandic post-punk
That'd
band.
be the closest, yeah.
Where, and only in the sense that they're mostly singing in a language I don't understand, and the theme is very long, instrumental, heavy songs.
Yep.
That's where the comparisons end, because the actual sound and sonics of this, I'm not even going to try to say the band's name, is so different from anything else I've listened to.
Yeah.
But I like it. I think. I think I like it. It's just when do you listen to this song? When do you throw this song on?
And I mentioned specifically in last episode that I wanted you to watch the video because I think the studio recording and the video are two different things. They're two different animals, and I'll go into that a little bit later of why that is. And that's how I came across them. I had never heard this band before, and for whatever reason, and I think actually for whatever reason, I kind of specifically know the reasons because I happen to live with someone who really loves strange music. So this came up in our algorithm on our YouTube on the TV because we watch a lot of YouTube on TV. So this song came up and I was transfixed. I couldn't believe what I was listening to, and it was so beautiful and so dark and just gorgeous, and the singer's voice is so beautiful. So I instantly got hooked, and I've watched quite a few of their performances. I love it so much.
So that answers a major question I had, which was how do you even find this? Like, how do you find these guys, this song? And it could only have been the YouTube algorithm, only something like that pushes this to you. So okay, that's that answered. The other thing is I agree, or not agree, but I understand you watching all their performances, because getting me to watch the performance was the right call. This is clearly a band that is meant to be experienced live.
Right, yeah. So let me tell you, as I'm doing research for this, I found exactly what this band is about. So I'm gonna read something to you and to the audience. Heilung is sounds from the Northern European Iron Age and Viking period. We used everything from running water, human bones, reconstructed swords and shields up to ancient frame drums and bronze rings in the songs. The lyrics contain original text from rune stones and preserved spear shafts, amulets and other artifacts. Furthermore, poems which either deal with historical events or the interpretations of the originals. Every attempt to link the music to modern political or religious points are pointless, since Heilung tries to connect the listener to the time before Christianity and its political offsprings raped and burned itself into Northern European mentality. Heilung means healing in German and describes the core of their sound. It is supposed to leave the listener eased and relaxed after sometimes a turbulent musical journey. I think that's a perfect description of what this band is.
I think that's beautiful, and I think more bands should have mission statements like that. Bring back the mission statement for bands.
Yep. And their music is described as amplified history from early medieval Northern Europe. It can be considered folk, neo-folk ethnic, music ambient, and there's a little bit of industrial music added into in there as well.
I like one comment I saw called it ancient metal. I liked that.
Yeah. Yep. That's a great great description of their sound. Yeah, perfect.
Something I really enjoyed from the live performance, or that just made me laugh. If anyone hasn't watched and is curious by what we're describing, please take a look, because it's people dressed in fur. There's a lady with face paint, and she's tapping together two bones next to the microphone, and it's something else. Like, it really, really does look like a scene from thousands of years ago.
Yep.
And then they do a wide shot at one point, and you can see a MacBook on the stage. It gets me every time.
Yeah.
Because it looks so ancient, prehistoric, and then just a MacBook screen. It always makes me laugh.
So their instruments. So they use drums, including one with horse skin, and it's painted with human blood. They have two drums that are deer skin and one drum that is goat skin. They also have bones, including a human forearm bone and deer bones. They have a buffalo horn rattle. I don't know what that is. A clay rattle with human ashes. A Hindu ritual bell. Antiques from temples, and a reconstructed silver cup from the Viking Age. So very interesting instruments they use. Now,
where do you think they get the blood? Does someone donate the blood, or how do they source that?
I'm probably from the members of the band, I guess. They bleed themselves. Yeah,
gotta be that.
And Nick, I watched an interview with this band. What do you think is the one thing that this band has a hard time doing?
Recording.
Yeah, but
recording their music.
But one of the hardest things they have is playing live, because they have to tour and trying to get these things.
God, yeah, true.
Swords and human bones and drums with animal skins and ashes. They say they have a very hard time traveling and playing music. They get stopped a lot at customs.
Yeah, do you think they have backup plans? Like, what do we do if the sword doesn't make it through? Like, how else are we going to replicate this sound? They must, right?
Apparently, a lot of pre-planning has to be done to make customs aware of what's coming through.
Okay.
They said all their stuff almost got taken away in Russia. They were planning to show in Russia, and as they were apparently getting into Russia was fine, but as they were trying to leave Russia, there was a problem, and some stamps hadn't been stamped, and so they had to go through a rigmarole just to get out of the country with all this gear. So having all this stuff with you would make it difficult to tour.
Yeah, I can really imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're great. Not only the swords, but even everything else is just kind of weird.
Yeah, and you mentioned it earlier. There are studio versions of these songs, but I think, for me, it's the live version that makes this special. It's the look of every performer. It's the lighting. It's the instruments they're using. The visual aspect of seeing the instruments that they're using, like human bone or deer bones or whatever, and the rattle. I think the lighting is so lovely, and the aesthetics are just perfect. So I would recommend, if you are interested in Heilung, watch them live. Like, watch a live performance of them on YouTube. It's amazing. It'll change your life.
And I think if these guys are ever or the next time they're in Toronto, even if they're not a band where I'm streaming their music a ton and really listening to them often, I think I'd still try and catch a show. Because I don't think I'd have to be listening to their music to appreciate the concert. Being there and watching the performance would be an experience in and of itself.
And like I said, I picked this song. I could have picked any song. Right? It doesn't matter what song it was. It just happens to be this one, because this is one I sort of fell into that I loved. But every song of theirs has this sort of aesthetic to it and this beautiful pagan aspect to it. So it doesn't matter which song you listen to. It's all so beautiful and so well done. So so please check them out. It does not have to be this song to be any Heilung song.
Are they all 10 minutes long?
There are a lot of really long songs. Yeah, there are. Again, I think you're going for the experience, and I think it's one of those shows where hopefully when you go to a show and people are just have their phones in front of them and recording the artist with their phones, and all you see is a sea of phones. I'm hoping that's not the case for a gig like this, where you just sort of experience it and you just let it stay in your memory, because it is so beautiful. And I think it lends itself not to be recorded like that, and just experience it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I would imagine that the audience for this show, like the type of people who would seek out this concert, would more than likely not be like the type to have their phones out all show. I would hope.
Yeah, exactly. And the band itself are very unique. As I said, they're all sort of parts from Northern Europe, Northern Germany. So, and at any given point, there could be like 15 members in this band. There are 4 core members, but they're, depending on what country they go to, they have like certain band members that only play shows in North America, certain band members that play shows in Europe. So I think depending on where you see them is how many people are going to be on stage.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, I on a brief Google, it looks like the last time they were in Toronto was 2022. So hopefully they come around sometime soon.
Yeah. They are on a bit of a hiatus at the moment. That's what I saw on their page. So hopefully the hiatus doesn't last too much longer.
I hope so. It'd be really cool to see them.
Yeah. Before we get into songs for next week, speaking of really wanted to see someone, Pulp are now coming to play Brisbane, and tickets go on sale tomorrow for me. So I'm really excited. I'm going to try to get tickets to see Pulp.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully they're not too hard to get, because you love Pulp, and that'd be awesome. Have you ever seen them?
I've never seen them. So I'm really want to get tickets to see them here in Brisbane.
Yeah. Well, best of luck. I hope you're able to get them smoothly. Where are they playing?
They're playing at a place called River Stage, which is, as you can imagine, right next. It's a stage right next to the river, which I've never seen a band. Yeah. I've never seen a band played. It's sort of like what's the one near Ontario Place, the Budweiser Stage.
Budweiser Stage. Yeah. I think now it's being renamed to RBC Amphitheater, but that's
there you go.
Point.
I used to work for RBC, and I don't recommend anyone working for them. But they're all right. Yeah, so that's sort of a stage similar to that stage.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, best of luck.
Yeah, cool. What song do you have for me for next week?
Next week, you're going to listen to the song Holy, Holy by Jordy Greep.
No idea what that is. I'm looking forward to it. Nick, we're going to go down another genre, or not another genre, but another avenue of music. In the past, I played you really depressing songs from the 90s because, Generation X are miserable people. We're going to go a little bit different, and we're going to play some kooky, weird songs from the 90s. Some happy songs and some songs that are just bizarre. And we're going to start that with Primus and a song called Winona's Big Brown Beaver.
Okay. Okay. Never heard of Primus, so that sounds great. Let's do it.
So that's your song for next week. Classic from the 90s.
Awesome.
All right, let's go into this day in music history. So this is a pretty good one. November 9th, 1967, the first issue of Rolling Stones magazine was published in San Francisco. It featured a photo of John Lennon on the cover, dressed in army fatigues because he was acting in a film, How I Won the War. That was the film that he was acting in at the time, and they showed a picture from that. The magazine also came with a free roach clip. So if you needed to, I don't know if anyone knows what a roach clip is. It's something they use to sort of hold onto a joint when it gets really, really small so you don't burn your fingers. So it came with a free roach clip.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, do you ever figure it? Did anyone ever tell you where the name Rolling Stone came from? The name of the magazine?
No.
Okay, so it has 3 sources. There's a Muddy Waters song called Rolling Stone, and the first rock and roll record by Bob Dylan was called Rolling Stone, and obviously the Rolling Stones, the band Rolling Stones, who got their name and their band from Muddy Waters. So yeah, that's how Rolling Stone got its name.
Okay, nice.
So in honor of that, we're going to listen to Muddy Waters and the song Rolling Stone. Darren, just hit play.
She said, come on in now, Muddy, you know my husband just now left. Showing up and just now left.
All right, what are your plans for the rest of the week?
Well, I work a couple days, and then I'm throwing a birthday party for my good friend Thomas on Saturday, so yeah, that should be pretty fun. And otherwise, not a heck of a lot, just relaxing.
Nice, okay. I'm trying to think. what I'm getting up to, me and Angie are going away next week for a few days. We're sort of, both our birthdays are in December, but I work a lot in December. So I'm always usually working on my birthday. So we usually go away in November for a few days to celebrate our birthday. So that's pretty much what I'm doing next week. We're going to the coast. Excellent. For 3-4 days. So yeah, that'll be fun.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, nothing like going to the beach for a few days. It's always a nice experience.
Yes. Yeah. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah, cool. All right, let's talk about our independent artist. Our independent artist this week is Danny Lyon with a song called PowerPoint. Danny Lyon is a Korean singer, song rapper from Toronto, currently residing in New York. Coming from the internet era where all music is accessible, his music reflects genre-fluid experiences of how many of us listen to music today. PowerPoint is the #1 single off his next project, Dreamer. This song embodies ambition and the culture of hustle in a way that is still aware of the absurdity of climbing the ladder. Sonically, it fuses Simon & Garfunkel's Scarborough Fair with Doechie's Denial is a River into a sound he calls ADHD folk hop. So this is Danny Lyon with the song PowerPoint.
3, 2, 1.
And so the day called today has found its way into the moment. We got your way down to the end to find you spent up all your presents. Well, it's easy for the monk to say, but me, I got my bills to pay. My workhorse power 20,000 cc's. Call HR, I'ma blow up the team. We coming for the board at the next meeting. I got something to prove, this a PowerPoint. All gas, no brakes, I'ma overly achieve. The workplace has y'all sleeping on me. Better wake up, yeah, I'm sleeping on the clock, but the only thing I'm dreaming about is bringing Uncle Bob. I got something to prove, this a PowerPoint. You see, I got something to prove, nothing to lose except the moment. I got my way up to the top and slowly wonder, was it worth it? Cause it's easy for the same to say, me, I got my fears to face. Me, I got my bills to pay. Got dreams to chase. Quiet on set, but I roll on 3. I'm the producer, director, DP. I spent the money I saved for McDee's just to get 200 views and no festival runs. How many more years can I do this for fun? Y'all been sleeping on me, better wake up. Yeah, I'm sleeping on the clock, but the only thing I'm dreaming about is bringing out the one more time. I got something to prove, this a PowerPoint. 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 I got something to prove, this a I got something to prove, this a PowerPoint. 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 Easy for the voice to say, me, I got my dreams to chase.
You've been listening to Just Hit Play. To contact your hosts, Peter and Nick, or to be featured on an episode as musical talent, email justhitplay7300@gmail.com. Keep up to date with news and announcements by following on Instagram and Facebook, linked in the show notes. Subscribe on your favourite podcatcher to tune in next week for more sonic delights. And if you can't wait till then, check out the Just Hit playlist on Spotify, linked in the show notes. A special thanks to Braden Munch for the theme song, and thank you for listening.